What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? You got Dewan Jones here, your professional stay-at-home dad, and I'm fired up, very motivated about this interview we got going on tonight, guys. We got a special individual, entrepreneur, business mentor, affiliate marketer, business coach, work from home coach. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Christina Delgado on the show tonight. She's definitely making it hot out here in these internet streets. You know how we do it, family. Let me get myself on camera really quickly so you can see me live and direct. What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? I want to take time right now to thank you all for subscribing to the show and talking to your team, talking to your friends about the Builders Club TV show. This platform is for us, by us, talking about the work from home industry, and we definitely want to get the word, continue to get the word out there to let people know that the TBC TV Nation is finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we got a superstar we're talking to tonight, having the honor to speak to. Christina Delgado's on the show. Christina, can you hear me okay? Oh, there you go. We couldn't see you for a minute, but now you're here. Thank you for coming on to the show, Christina. We are excited about having you on the Builders Club TV. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Yes, let's represent for the people that, work from home, entrepreneurs. I'm ready to do this.
Awesome. We were excited when we found out you would come on to the show. Again, in the interview, you're definitely making it hot out here in these internet streets, helping a lot of people. We see the work that you're putting in, and it's definitely paying off for you. Again, excited to have you on. Let's jump right into it. If you've had the opportunity to kind of look at our show a little bit, and you see that we just have a lot of fun on the show, and it's really about inspiring the community and helping people with the vision, the belief to go out there and crush it in their own business. So we like to talk to individuals like yourself who have done just that, going out there helping a lot of people build a big business, helping people all around the world. And so we want to dig into your past. However, we're going to talk to you about how you got started, because we know there's a lot of gold there. We know there's a lot of hidden nuggets in the path that you chose to help you get to your success. So can we jump into what we call the Builders Club TV time machine, Christina, and talk to you about your past?
Let's take it back.
Take it all the way back.
A lot of people, if you guys can hear me good, we're good.
You're coming through clear, so. Crystal.
Awesome. So a lot of people, guys, he makes a great point, because they see our success, right? They see a person's success, maybe like a basketball player, right? Mm-hmm. Or even us entrepreneurs, and you see them hitting 6 figures, 7 figures, but you don't know that it wasn't an overnight success. You don't know the sacrifices that they had to make to get to that point in their lives, right? Yeah. So don't ever judge a book by its cover, okay? So a little bit about me, all right, and how I got started online. It was like I feel like I stumbled across like gold. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it wasn't a part of my plan. Mm-hmm. Like back in the day, back then, it wasn't a thing about being an entrepreneur. It wasn't like all of this mindset and self-development going on. It was just, we were trained to work a 9 to 5, go to school, go to college, and get a 9 to 5, and then save your money and this and that, right?
Yeah.
So before online marketing, guys, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I have 5 children.
Brooklyn, stand up.
Yes. Brooklyn in the house. But unfortunately, I lived there all my life, right? But unfortunately, raising children in Brooklyn, New York, and the hood, I didn't come from like money and things like that, It was challenging, because there was so much violence, and even at my kids' school, I needed to get them out of that environment. Wow. Because I knew what I went through as a kid, and I grew up fast. I had my first child at 18 years old, straight out of high school. You know what I mean? Okay. And then I had to jump into getting my degree from a medical assistant. All right. So when I had my children in that kind of environment, I was like, I can't. I need to take them out of here and bring them into a better environment so they could, really see what life is about. It's not about the struggle, like
Yeah.
I was brought up to think that, being on welfare or being on food stamps is normal. It's normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're struggling, you get on food stamps, try to get the government for whatever amount of money they could give you, right? Get on Section 8, get on WIC, get on all of this. And I was on WIC, I was on food stamps for years, guys, for years. Even that I went to school, I was working my 9 to 5 as a medical assistant, and that was my passion. My passion is to help people. My passion is caring for people.
Yeah.
If anybody's into Zodiac, I'm not like crazy about it, but that Cancer, the sign Cancer, is a very caring and nurturing sign.
Cancer in the house.
Yes, awesome. So that there tend to be nurses, you know what I mean, or a caregiver or something like that, because we're just like, we want to make sure everybody's taken care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was my passion, but I loved it, and I did it for 7 years, and I worked for a private doctor straight out after I finished school, but the money wasn't there. I had so much responsibilities, guys. I was doing lab works, I was doing triage, I was doing, registration for checking to see if their insurance is verified. All of these things, like so much on my plate, but I was only getting like $13 an hour.
Oh man.
And I had 5 kids and a husband at home, and rent and bills and everything, and I couldn't get off of food stamps with that kind of money coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
It was so hard. So, I had to take on doing bartending because I needed the money faster. I needed that cash now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I did medical assisting, right? Imagine this. From 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And then from Thursday to Sunday, I'm working in the club as a bartender from 9 o'clock to 5 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
5 in the morning. And then I had children. And as a mother, you have so much things, laundry, cooking, taking care of your kids with the homework, just spending time with your family if you even can. You know what I mean? Because by the time you have any time, you just need the routine needs to take place, So it's just like, I was like a zombie. I was like going in from, and it was contradicting because I was a bartender, serving people alcohol, getting people intoxicated. And then in the morning, I'm trying to help them back to
spiritually,
health.
you all over the place.
Exactly. So it was like, oh my God, it was so difficult. And I needed, we struggled for a long time, me and my husband.
Yeah.
Okay. And, thank God we had that mindset. All right, let's take our income tax. We need to find a better way and get out of New York. So we moved to Pennsylvania and put our children in the best school district out here. And now, they're on high honor roll. They're, all of them, and they're doing great in school right now.
Awesome.
They don't have the kind of distractions that was happening in New York,
Yeah.
And it was so bad, but we took our friends and we moved to Pennsylvania. And then, I had to commute back and forth because my job was here and I didn't have a job in Pennsylvania. So for you guys that are commuting, I feel you, because your time is taken away, your time freedom, is taken away. So long story short, I found a job in Pennsylvania bartending, but I wasn't happy, right? And my husband started working online, and he started building his business online with a company. So he became successful in that, and he needed me more at home. I was more valuable at home to him with the kids now. So I was able to quit my job thanks to, him discovering this whole online marketing business in the first place, right? So that's how I got introduced.
Before you move on there, because this is getting really interesting. Okay, your husband, he actually discovered an online business, right?
Yeah.
And your husband, you want to shout your husband out?
Yes, Alfredo Delgado. He is the man, and I
Awesome
know
guy,
a
yeah.
lot of people. I know so many people that he's impacted. His nickname is the Life Changer guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
shout out to him. He really set the stage and the platform for us for
So
sure.
was he actually working? Were you both working at that time?
No, he gave up his job. He didn't. He refused to find another job in Pennsylvania when we
Okay,
left.
okay,
He said he's gonna give it his all. And I remember coming home
right.
the first time he made a commission from my 9 to 5.
Uh-huh,
We were living in Pennsylvania at the time,
uh-huh,
and he made his first $50.
uh-huh.
And I was bartending, so I would make a lot. Like I would make a lot of money in one day. You know what I mean? Coming home with like a stack, and but to see, we celebrated. We were like,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
high five, you know, first commission, you know what I mean? And then, it just really took off from there. It really took
Wow.
off from there. And I was able to, say, hey, I gave my 2 weeks notice to my job where I was working, and I was able to become a full-time stay-at-home mom while supporting my husband and helping him build his brand. That's how I
Man,
really
still a real power couple. How did that feel when at that moment when you were able to quit your
man,
job?
it was scary. It was scary
Yeah.
because okay, now we're making all this money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not on a W-2. I'm not getting a W-2 at the end of the year. So um we needed to let go of the food stamps. We were getting $1,100 in food stamps, guys. That was hard to let go of because we couldn't say, we were making money already, and if they found out we were making money, we would have to pay that money back. So it was time to let go of that security.
Right.
And that was frightening.
Man.
That was frightening because now we're in another realm. We're in another area of our lives where when I grew up, my mom was on food stamps, my family, everybody. This is like breaking the generational curse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say basically.
Tell me, because this is amazing. So, Freddie, right? He actually discovered the online business. He started it. He got his first commission, and from there it started to take off. You actually, you guys both made the decision, of course, to have you come home. You were still working as a nurse assistant?
As a bartender.
As a bartender. You quit the other job.
Yep.
Now you're bartending. Yep. He's building the business. You're going to work, right? And then, okay, so what happened from that point? Because this is like a movie. What happened from that point?
So from that point, I was able to quit my job. Actually, before I got to finding a job in Pennsylvania, guys, just to show you like how much we had to sacrifice. Since I had a job in New York still, I had to commute every weekend from Thursday to Sunday, back and forth, to continue to bring money into the household because the business wasn't growing. It wasn't at where it was yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
And those bills kept coming. So how are we going to pay that?
Right.
So then, I was like, I'm tired of commuting. I really claimed the job that I wanted in Pennsylvania, guys. And the power of claiming what you want in life is so important.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm tired of me traveling and not spending time. The worst thing was leaving my kids home with my husband for the weekend and not being able to be there, like even on holidays, because bartenders, they make the most money on holidays. So I had to miss on New Year's one year. I had to miss Halloween, trick-or-treating with them. I had to miss all these like special occasions that I wanted to be with my family. You know what I mean? So all of that took a toll. And, it even affected our relationship. You know what I mean? Because it was a lot for a man to do that for all of these kids, And so when I finally let go of my job, I decided to help him. All right. I enjoyed, there was a lot of work to do at home. There's always a lot of work to do at home, ladies, right? You feel me? Like, your job as a mom is never done.
Shout out to the moms.
Shout out to the moms out there that are taking care of their families, okay? And, I would have to come home from work and still work, basically. So I did that for a while, right? But it was great to see my husband making money and him supporting the family and me helping him and his branding, because I learned some tricks, right? And I had a lot of input into like his branding and his appearance and everything like that. And people love us together and as a power couple. You know what I mean? We really
Yeah.
support each other.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of couples that do that, especially
There's
on
not.
the online industry. It's very difficult to believe in your spouse when you don't see the money coming in. When
Yeah.
you don't see that money coming in, and
Mhm.
the bills keep coming, and you're just like, what are you gonna do? I know this is your dream, but in the meantime, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
need to support our families. So
Was there ever a moment where you had where you had doubt? You know, you're going to work every day, and your husband's at home. He's building the business. Was there ever a moment where you had doubt?
of course there was a moment when I had doubt, because when, I believed in him. Don't get me wrong. I believe in my husband no matter
Right.
what business he was in. When he was working at H&R Block, um, you know, he went to the manager position and was one of the top officers in the district, because that's the kind of guy he is. No matter what he puts his brain into, he's gonna excel. So I believed in him. But when you see the bills, when you see that struggle, you're not,
Yeah.
you just go from paycheck to paycheck. It's like, come on. And then if you're not familiar with the industry, if you're not familiar how things work, you have to connect with a lot of people, right? So
Yeah.
I wasn't big on Facebook. I wasn't big on marketing. I didn't know the world like that kind of world. So when I saw the little pictures of the people that he's talking to, like, you just think they're fake people. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, you don't
Yes.
think that there's no connection to you. You don't understand it. And I'm sure a lot of other spouses, that they're that they're not on board with their spouse and what they're doing online, feel this way. They're just like, oh, he's just wasting time on there. But they're not. But I didn't realize that they weren't until I got involved,
Mm.
basically.
Yeah.
And it helped because he wanted me involved. He invited me involved.
Right.
you know he put me, hey, let's do this together. Let's put our brains together. What's your strengths? Let's feed off each other's strengths, basically, because
Yeah.
I'm not great at everything he does. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just not. And you have to be okay with admitting that you're not going to have a strong suit in everything, but what you do, you
Mm-hmm.
put it together and it becomes like an empire, like what
Absolutely.
we have going on.
Let me ask you this, Christina. So fast forward a little bit. You started having a breakthrough, right? Eventually, you started having a breakthrough together. Describe, when you consider all that it took to get to the breakthrough. Describe what that emotion was like for you and your husband when you realized together you had the epiphany. You said, you know what? I think this is working. What was that like?
Whew, it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. It's surreal when you able to take your family on vacation and pay for all of it and not have to ask your husband to for a dollar for it, because you know that, I did it because I know that he supported me, when I wasn't making any money, when I was a stay-at-home mom. So I wanted to be able to contribute back to our household. And that right there is like priceless. It's priceless, especially when you're able to be in a position to help out your family financially. Not only your spouse, but your mom or your family member, you know what I mean? Give back to your church
Yeah.
and things like that. Even now, I still feel this joy, this blessing. I really
Yeah.
feel like I'm blessed, basically.
Absolutely. You brought up family. What did family think about what you and your husband were doing at the time? I'm talking about when you guys were knee deep in the process.
Oh
You're
man.
building it. The success wasn't there yet. What was your family? What did they
Oh
think about it?
goodness. You wouldn't believe what people would say, or even the closest people to you, you know, would doubt you, would not see your vision. They don't see your vision. Even today, they could go and go jet skiing with us. They could, with our two jet skis,
Yeah.
they could go and take a ride in the McLaren. They could come to our home and swim in our pool. They could see and just see everything that we could accomplish, but yet they still don't believe it.
Wow.
They
That's
still
powerful.
they still won't. There'll still be a little hesitation, like you know, they just don't get it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And those for those people, they'll never change. They're just stuck in that broken kind of mentality. You know?
Wow, wow. Well, from welfare,
Yeah.
commuting, 5 o'clock in the morning, two jobs. You know, grinding it out, asking yourself, is this going to work? Will it work? Watching your husband be tired,
Yeah.
your husband watching you be tired. To beautiful home, McLaren,
Everything.
vacations, jet skis. You know, I want you to talk directly to the family. Christina, the majority, pretty much the entire audience here at the Builders Club TV, work from home entrepreneurs building the dream. I want you to talk to them specifically and tell them or give them the reason they should push forward, no matter if it's family, anybody doubting you, no matter what the case may be. What's the number one reason folks should push forward when it comes to building their dream?
Oh man, I believe that everybody needs to dig deep into why they want to be successful. Why do you want that? Like, is it just because to make money? If it's just because to make money, then you shouldn't be doing this. You could go make
Mm,
money at McDonald's,
mm,
basically. You could go make money somewhere else. But this is different. Us online people, we want to make an impact in the world, you know, to show people that there's a better way. There's a better way to break out that 9 to 5 mentality. They got chains on us, guys, and
mm,
you know, we have greatness inside of us, and the avenue of this entrepreneur allows us to give out that greatness, you know what I mean, and be creative in all kinds of areas, you know.
yeah.
Definitely have to have, don't you have a vision of your family, or you just like just want to stay poor,
Mm,
you know? You have to have a clear vision of where you want to go, guys, and that's what truly helped me, because you know, before we moved to Pennsylvania, you know what? I had a little a dream box. Okay, when I was still in Brooklyn, New York, when we lost everything, guys. This interview, it can't even cover everything that we've been through. Okay,
mm,
when we lost everything, I had a little dream box, and I drew exactly what I want. I drew the house that I wanted. I drew, you know, the car that I wanted. How many bedrooms, everything, and I created a vision board, and I put everything that I wanted on it. You know what I mean? To really get my family out of where they were, and that's my why. My family is always my why, and your why has to be so strong, guys, that it is gonna make you want to cry. That's how strong your why gotta be.
yeah.
Okay, so you could see it every day, and sometimes as entrepreneurs, we get discouraged and we get stuck. And we don't see our business excelling, or we compare our success with other people. But you can't compare yourself with other people, because you don't know what they sacrifice.
That's
You
right.
don't know what they've been through to get to those points.
Yeah.
All right, and you can't just sit back and do nothing and expect things to change. And if you want to see change in your life, you have to be that change in your life. You have to be it. No matter what's going on, don't blame anybody but yourself. You know,
Mm,
take responsibility for yourself. And just a little like advice on couples, you know, just, you know, invite them in, and don't push them away. If they don't understand what you're doing, don't push them away. Make them understand. Show them what you're doing. If
mm.
you want their support, you have to include them. You can't go to events and not take them with you.
Oh yeah.
You know, you guys have to grow together. You have to grow together for sure.
That's good. That's good stuff. Christina Delgado bringing the heat, family. I told you it was going to be a good one. Christina, let me tell you this, or let me ask you this. So fast forward a little bit. The good times here. You guys have created, the dream business. Now the success is here. How do you, enjoy your success? You and your husband, your family, your kids. Talk to us about what the lifestyle is like these days.
Oh man, it's so different. Like, we don't have to worry about finances. We don't have to worry about money. And when you don't have to worry about money, guys, your marriage excels, just like you're less stressed. because you're able to provide and treat your family to the things they deserve in life. You're able to treat yourself and take care of yourself. Um, money is probably, I think it's the like close to the number one reason of why people get divorced. So, when when your finances are situated, everything else falls into place. You know what I mean? But I'll take that back. I think when your faith, when you have faith in God, and when you know that He's in control of everything, and I don't know if you're religious out there or anything, but at one point in your life, you're gonna ask for somebody to listen to you, for some help from somewhere.
Oh yeah.
All right. And I know through the trials and tribulations and through the struggles and everything, and success is not always uphill, guys. Success is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Success is a roller coaster. So you're gonna need that faith. You're gonna need that faith to get you through those times when things aren't going so well. Okay? Because life is not perfect. Life is not perfect. So I think, knowing that God is always there for me and always going to be here no matter what. And these are the blessings that He's given me just for having faith, and He's blessing me with abundance. That really sets the stage for me. And it doesn't matter how much money I have, because guys, you can have as much money as you want. Money don't buy happiness. It doesn't buy happiness, because you can have a lot of money, but you can have a broke mind. Right? You can have a broke mind, and then all your money goes to waste. You don't even know how to manage it. You don't even know how to manage it. You don't know where it's going. You don't know how much you have left. You know what I mean? So it's not all about the money. I think it's really about how strong is your faith. That really got us to where we're at today.
That's good. That's powerful. Christina, will you go ahead and give out your social media and your website so the family can get in touch? Family, you definitely should follow Christina Delgado and Freddie Delgado on social media, because I gotta say, I think when it comes to personal branding, social media branding, I think you guys are one of the best out there. I love the Boss Queen. That's dope.
Thank you.
So definitely give out your social media and your website.
You guys could connect with me on Facebook, Christina Delgado, nice and simple. And then on Instagram as well, Christina Delgado. You can search for me there. And I would love to connect with you. We have some great, great things going on, guys. We're going to soon have an amazing group where we're only just, focusing on elevating people's minds, guys. We're going to take you to the next level and really help you to get to success a fast way. We're going to help you get to some shortcuts and really get to the core of, what's your passion, and, just having a overall positive outlook on life. So you can catch me on Facebook, Christina Delgado, and then Instagram, the same thing. And I would love to connect with you on there. Also, if you guys are interested in financial education, you can go to my website at I just totally lost my focus.
We're gonna link it up in the description.
Delgado, paidlikedelgado.com.
Paid like Delgado. We're gonna link that information in the description of this video, family, so you can find it there. It's been amazing having you on this show. We got to have you back because you got a lot of good things to talk about. We could pick your brain forever. We definitely want to have you back, Christina, for the Builders Club TV live chat series. We're working on that. We're working on bringing that to the platform. This is where we'll go live at this point, and the family can now they become the interviewer, as instead of myself, and they ask whatever questions they want. They can talk to you about whatever they want to. So it's a great opportunity for them to speak to someone like yourself, a leader out there making it happen. And then also, I think you and Freddie are going to just blow this out of the water. The Builders Club TV Day in the Life series. This is the lifestyles of the rich and famous for the work from home industry. We just turn the camera on and you guys show us whatever you want, but it's about inspiration, motivation, and belief. And we're going to get a chance to receive some of those golden nuggets from, hopefully you and Freddie will be on the show. That would be thebomb.com. And that would be awesome. So we definitely thank you for coming on to the show. We look forward to having you back.
I will. I look forward to coming back, and I'm looking forward to keep going. And I hope that somebody got some value out of my story, out of my experience, and just know that anything is possible. Anything you put your mind to, guys, you can do it. As long as you stay consistent, you know what I mean, and have a plan, and just be dedicated and committed to whatever your plan is.
Awesome. We definitely gonna have you back, Christina. You heard it right here, Builders Club TV family. Christina Delgado. Peace.